Hello students, welcome to the online lectures of Mumbai International School and Junior College. This lecture is for Standard 6, Subject Science, Chapter The Living World. Let us now begin. In our surroundings, usually trees, birds, human beings, water, soil, cows, buffaloes, cats, dogs are seen. Some of these things have life and some don't. The things which have life are called living things or living organisms. Let us learn about the characteristic of living organisms. Let us study about this characteristic of living things. The first one is growth. Young one grows in height, weight and strength and becomes an adult. Necessity of food. Plants prepare their own food by photosynthesis, whereas animals consume the ready food. The third one is respiration. All the living things need oxygen for survival. Excretion. Waste substances are eliminated from the body. Reproduction. Generating new one like itself. Responsiveness to stimuli. Responding to the change in the surrounding. Movement, moving of their own accord. Definite lifespan. Every living thing has a fixed lifespan which comes to an end with death. And the last one is cellular structure. Living things are either unicellular or multicellular. Animals are small at birth and gradually grow up. After growing up, can they reduce their height to the earlier height? Can they become small again? No, certainly not. This means that they had undergone a permanent change in their size. Permanent change in the size of living organism is known as growth. Growth in animals stop after certain age, whereas growth in plants is observed throughout their life. Energy is needed for growth, movement and responses of the living organisms. Organisms get energy from the food they take. Some of this food is used by plants for their metabolic activities. The remaining food material is stored in different parts of the plant. All the plants are autotrophs. That means they prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. They use water and sunlight and chlorophyll to make their food. All animals and few plants take up the ready food from the plants. They are called heterotrophs. Animals are of three kinds: herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Living things need oxygen in order to live. Inhaling oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide formed in the body due to the use of oxygen is called respiration. Animals such as fish, snake, mouse, frog, etc. have specific organs for respiration. Plants use their leaves for respiration, whereas human beings use their lungs. Fish have gills. Frogs use their skin as well as lungs for respiration. Birds also use their lungs. Let us now study about excretion. Waste substances are formed during the many processes that take place in the bodies of animals. These are called excreta, and the process of eliminating them from the body is called excretion. Animals have specific organs for excretion. Plants too excrete. For example, some plants shed leaves in a specific season. Waste substances stored in the leaves of the plants are shed along with the leaves. Responsiveness to stimuli and movement is also an important characteristic of living organisms. All the living things respond to the activity that occurs in their near surroundings. This ability to respond to a stimulus is called responsiveness. Living things move on their own accord. Animals can change their place at the time of movement, but plants cannot. However, they also show movements in the form of responsiveness to various stimuli. Like when you touch a mimosa plant, its leaves closes down. A sunflower faces the sun during the day. When we touch something very hot, our brain signals us to leave that object. Living things produce other living things like themselves. Some animals give birth to their young ones. Some lay eggs. Their young ones hatch out of the eggs. New plants are produced from the seeds, stems, or leaves of plants. The process by which a living thing generates a new living thing like itself is called reproduction or procreation. Reproduction is a characteristic of living things. The next characteristic of living things are that they have a definite lifespan. At a certain stage of life, living things become capable of reproduction. Later on in life reproduction stage, their organs become weak and still later their life comes to an end. In other words, living things die. The lifespan of different animals and plants are different. For example, the lifespan of a dog is about 12 to 18 years, while the ostrich lives for 50 years. You may have wondered what exactly the living things are, how they came into being, and so on. The next characteristic is a cellular structure. Living things are made of small units called cells. All the actions and processes in the bodies of living things are brought about with the help of these microscopic cells. Some living things are made of single cell. They are called unicellular organisms, as shown in the picture above. On the other hand, the living things that are made of many cells are called multicellular animals. The amoeba and some other organisms are unicellular, while the man, killer whale, elephants, oak tree, etc. are all multicellular organisms. All the characteristics of these living things are seen in every cell of a living thing, whether it is unicellular or multicellular. Cell structure is the main characteristic of living things, even though the number of cells may vary. In what ways are plants and animals useful to us? Let us see some of the useful plants. Plants are used for household as well as industrial purposes. For example, fenugreek, known as methi, potato or bhindi, apple, banana are used as food, while the mint, tulsi, aloe vera are used as medicines or for their medicinal purposes. Like the plants, animals are also useful to us. Dogs, cats, cows, buffaloes are kept for domestic uses, whereas fish, goat, fowl are used as food, while animals like horses, oxen, camel prove useful in various occupations. The earthworm is also very useful in agriculture. Like there are useful living things, there are also some harmful ones. For example, mosquitoes and flies spread diseases. Cockroaches, mice, rats destroy our food. Lice and ticks also spread diseases. The bites of some poisonous lizards, spiders, snakes, and scorpions can even cause death. If wild elephants enter human settlements, they cause a lot of destruction. There are also some harmful plants like oleander, lantana have strong odors. The datura plant is poisonous. Uncontrolled growth of fungi and algae in water pollutes drinking water and may cause the spread of diseases. Wild animals that hunt other animals for food are called predators. For example, tigers, lions, leopards. Sometimes due to deforestation, such animals enter human settlements in search of food and may kill domestic animals or people. Many plants and animals in nature satisfy our needs. The use of such plants and animals should be restricted only to our needs. We should not pluck leaves, flowers, and fruit unnecessarily. Animals should not be hunted. They should not be teased just for fun. It is the responsibility and duty of all of us to protect plants and animals.